welcome to this one. I just want to take a quick minute to say thank you for all the support, all the comments, and the likes, and the subscribers on this channel. It has been quite a journey, not knowing how to do any of this, and up to this point, where I'm getting quite comfortable with it. 1,000 subscribers it's relative. It's a weird number, I guess. It's the first goal that you set. Then when you reach it, you of course want more. A lot of people, they say we have big plans for our channel, stuff like that. I just think I'm gonna continue the way I've always done. As you know, I created 2 custom decks with the Roadworthy-ish logo, which is going to the subscriber number 1000 and random subscriber. Just to say thank you for following this journey that we've embarked on, and it really means a lot, so thank you for that. And without further ado, let's get back to the action. Hi, welcome to this one. You thought we were gonna do more rust repairs? No. I kinda got that stuff done over the last few days, and it has been sitting with some rust eater on with different layers of that, as you saw. And that has just been, it's a rust transformer, I think. It makes rust inert and makes it possible for you to cover it up with something, paint or stuff like that, if it's only surface rust. You can do it with like all the way through rust, it won't work, but you get the idea. A lot of new plate was put in. We didn't change the entire floor pan on the passenger side, which I'm kind of grateful for, because that would have sucked. Also, my metalworking skills, I don't think they're appropriate for making a whole new bottom yet, but that's how it is. Today I'm going to be focusing on putting some sound deadening back in this car. It never had any sound, well, it did from factory of course, but after it was chopped up, it never had any sound deadening while I was driving it, so it was horrible noisy, also because the rear diff is broken, bearings, gears, I don't know, but we'll have to take a look at that at some point. But today, the inside of the car, sound deadening. I would love to get a little paint down, just to get it even. It'll be covered up by the new carpet you remember we bought, but that's not important right now. So let's get this done, and then we have a little special project in the boot. We are going to be putting in these bitumen heavy duty mats. This is sound deadening. We'll be heating it on with a heat gun or some flame stuff. I don't know how wild I want to get. Okay, this is basically how it's going to be. When the sheets bitumen is put down, the sound deadening, you got to be really careful with this stuff, because careful, it's not gonna eat you, but it's really brittle when it's cold, so just putting it down can break it. So be careful when you pull off the backing, or don't flex it and twist it. Heat it and it will just set like it's supposed to. I'm thinking about putting one piece in front, one piece in the back like this. It will take out all the resonance when driving, not making the car sing so much. Otherwise than that, I think we have to do a little sound deadening down the firewall, and also a few other places at the bottom, where it's pretty obvious and easy to do now that the carpet is out. So I'm gonna cut a little piece of this off, because I don't want it to interfere with the throttle pedal. Otherwise than that, I think it's just gonna be sitting something like this. In the passenger side, we have to make a few cuts along, because we can't put it on top of the electrical harness and the main that runs over there. So we might have to put a little slice on one side and then a bigger piece on the other side of the cable. But it doesn't matter, it will have the same effect. So let's get this cut into size, get the backing off, and apply some heat. Alright, that is one side done. And as you can see, when it gets put down and heated, it will just gradually go into shape. Then you might have to pull a little back for deep indentations such as this one, or else you'll stretch it and you'll make a hole. If you make a hole in it, you can always heat it up again, because all this was cracked. Then you just heat it up real good and wear gloves because you're gonna burn your fingers. Then you can just patch it back together. But this is basically it. It is not the prettiest thing, but it gets the job done. It's the closest thing you can get to the original sound deadening in a lot of these cars. I don't know if this had any from factory. Some of you guys can let me know in the comments if you know, because I don't see any trace of it anywhere, only on the firewall, which is some sort of fabric. But this has been done nicely, I would say, and it's really hard to say if there's any difference, but there usually is. From when you ring a bell or ring a bell with a hand on it, something like that, there's going to be a difference. So I hope this works. Let's do up the other side. Okay, both sides done now. I hope that's gonna have an effect. The trick is to really get it hot enough that you can push it down into whatever is underneath to get the same contours and shapes. That is the secret to making it quiet and making it work and making it stick. Because when you heat it up, the glue also has a tendency to shrink and not work as effective. But I find if I just heat it up enough, it will just catch the shape of whatever's underneath enough to hold on to it and really, really stick firm. So I believe I can hear a difference. Let's hope so. So now everything else that's just been grinded down to make sure there wasn't any rust, it's just going to get cleaned off with some rubbing alcohol, and then I'm going to go ahead and prime the bottom of the car and apply a little color. Yay! And paint done. That must be the most horrible paint job I've ever done. I thought that because this was going to be underneath all the carpet, it was not going to be seen. I would just cut a few corners and buy some really cheap spray. I guess you get what you pay for, because this is really horrible. There's like no coverage at all on the paint. I don't get it. Well, at least there is some paint over it now. So the sound deadening is in. It's looking good. I kind of feel like it doesn't resonate as much as it did before when I tapped the floor, because we all know that everybody taps their floor. That doesn't make any sense. Cable routing, wiring will be done. That is one of the next things. And moving on to this piece of junk. In the trunk we have a really bad seal holding on the tank. So I think we have to undo all the bolts all around for the tank, get the battery out, then redo all this before we put in new bolts. We need to clean everything down and paint it. Oh yeah, and also more sound deadening in here. So I think that is the next thing on the list. Getting the tank out or up, whatever works, and then getting the boot ready for paint. And then we should be able to move on to some more fun stuff, because this interior work is just killing my drive. Yeah. The boot is sanded down. I've applied a little of the rust eater on all the small scratches and surface rust and stuff like that I found. It's basically just places where there have been, where I just been a little surface rust, and I've just cut it all the way down with a wire wheel just to make sure that there's nothing there. It just gets a little rust eater. Also, it is time, while that dries, to take a look at these guys. This is just a bunch of old coilover things that I have from other projects. I have two different sets here, different length, and I am thinking about, instead of running this with the spring and the shock absorber, I am thinking about doing a true coilover conversion, or whatever you want to call it. So getting rid of the old spring, and then making room for one of these guys to sit up in here and tie into the rear axle down here. We may have to do some strengthening on the axle, I'm not sure. I don't really think so, because a lot of techno toy tuning kits are just sold and they don't make any changes to the diff or the axles. But I do think I have to make a little room up here, because it is tight. Even for this, just the shock absorber, it is really tight. So I'm going to take this one off, have a few measurements, and see what we need to do to make room for one of these bad boys. Exciting!
In the next episode, we're going to make these coilovers fit. We're going to make the car fit the coilovers and do the complete coilover conversion. So remember to subscribe for that. See you on the next one.